great. Really good. Obviously the weather's pretty good to make ice, but that being said, I'm sure a lot of hard work went into it. So it's I think we were the first people to skate on it. It was really good.
So you've been a part of a few of these. Isn't it a pretty cool event, no matter how many times you play them, to experience that?
Yeah, it is. I think conditions are going to be a little bit better than they were for the last one. That always makes it a little bit nicer, but anytime you get to play outside, I think it brings back a lot of memories for a lot of guys, and most of us started there, so it's fun to get outside, and obviously we play in Chicago, a team that has had a lot of success. It's a good hockey team, and should be a great challenge for us.
What's the challenge of a game like this in terms of the unknown, the weather, the snow, the wind?
I think you just try to worry about what you have to do and kind of deal with it if it happens. I think for all the guys who've played in the one in Pittsburgh, I think you pretty much play in anything if you're able to play through that. It was raining and conditions weren't great. It was delays and things like that. So I think you just learn that things can change pretty quickly, whether that's weather or scheduling and things like that. And you just try to enjoy it and play your best, having the opportunity to play in this.
Can you talk a little bit about this is the first regular season game you're playing against Taves? So talk a little bit about that. You guys talk about that at all?
Not really. It's kind of weird that it's taken this long. I think I've been hurt for a few games, but yeah, I think this, knowing that either we're gonna, go head to head, or if not, I think that he's the guy who's pretty competitive. That whole group of guys that I play with for the last few weeks, pretty competitive guys, and have a lot of pride. So I'm sure they'll be up for this one. But yeah, going head to head against Johnny, I'm sure will be a good challenge.
After last night's game, there was some discussion that this team still needs to shake off the rust from the Olympic break. Is this the best environment to do it when you're not playing, real game-like conditions? I
don't know. I think that kind of going through everything, there's kind of different distractions, and it's similar to playoffs where it's a pretty big stage and a lot of eyes on the game. I think it's good to kind of get everyone focused, and like you said, there are some things that can change, and the weather and all those things combined, you just have to focus on playing, and sometimes that can kind of bring out the best in everyone. So I think it's a good thing, and I'm sure this will make sure that we're on here tomorrow.
Is it hard to consider this game as a true test? I mean, obviously you guys are a top team, Blackhawks are as well, but playing in the outdoor elements, does it make it harder?
Yeah, there's some different factors. I think there's different factors that go into it, but I think getting up for this game, no matter who you're playing, I think it's pretty easy to get up for it. But knowing that you're playing a team that's pretty solid and that's had a lot of success, I think everyone kind of gets up for those games a little bit more. So I think given that, there shouldn't be really any excuse for for making sure we're at our best here tomorrow.
Sidney, do you think about the possibility that things play out, maybe these two teams will meet down the road, perhaps for the Cup?
It's a long ways away. Yeah, I think we'd both like to think that, definitely. But yeah, I think that's still a long ways away. There are a lot of different possible matchups, and we've got a lot more to prove before we can think about that. So hopefully both teams have some success here, but I think we're thinking making sure we get back to our game after the Olympic break. It's a little far down the road.